FM 94, The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know a band we play here on The Dark, and this is a band we've chatted with a few times. In fact, we're talking right now with Stef with an F from the band City of the Week. And the reason why we want to talk with Stef with an F is because she's coming right here to Little Falls, Minnesota this Saturday night at the West Side Bar, performing there. Of course, Skyline Tattoo having their big tattoo festival. And also, we're putting on this rock show, too. First of all, Stef, are you excited to come on up to Little Falls and play here?
We are so excited. We love Minnesota, and we love smaller towns, and we love tattoo, festival celebrations. It's just a million of our favorite things in one show, and we love you, and we love the dark. So we're so excited.
That's cool. And I remember earlier on this year, maybe it was last year, end of last year, you were down in St. Cloud at another festival, weren't you?
Yeah, it was the tattoo convention there.
Yeah. How did that go for you?
It was awesome. We had a great time, and we met lots of new friends who actually might be coming out to this show. How far is Little Falls from St. Cloud?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Perfect, yeah. I know some people were asking about a Minnesota date because we're not playing, the Twin Cities at all, and we're like, hey, we're coming to Little Falls, so I think a group of people are going to drive down, but so it might be cool. I mean, I guess, I don't know why we always play tattoo anniversaries or conventions in that area, because none of us have any tattoos.
I was just going to ask.
We'll rock it.
I was just going to ask, you don't have a tattoo. You haven't dared to have a tattoo, or you have no interest in it?
I mean, none of us do, honestly. To be 100% honest with you, we have been touring the past few years, and we are broke. But we can barely afford food on the road. So not to, get all serious and stuff, but, that's why. That's exactly why.
Well, let's talk about, you're going to be out at the West Side Bar, obviously playing, and then, of course, that night. Now, I'm assuming you'll have some merchandise there to purchase, correct?
Absolutely.
And the reason I bring that up, and this is for the listeners listening, of course, you mentioned it's not the easiest of times to be out on the road, and this is where you actually make a lot of your money, is by your merchandise, isn't it?
Absolutely. And we always try to make it, our merch store is, kind of like a whole separate entity from City of the Week, because we try and make our own whole clothing line. We have so many choices, and so we encourage people, obviously, to pick up a T-shirt if they see something they like, and we'll obviously be there the whole night partying with everybody. And so, yeah, absolutely.
I had a chance last week. I talked with Jenny Mann from Blame Shift, and she has her new jewelry line that she's been doing with I think it's guitar picks and stuff. Is that right? I believe.
Yeah.
So what are you guys? Are you guys being creative and doing some things like that too? Or you had mentioned some clothing line. Talk about that.
Yeah. So recently I started doing Stef with an F custom cuts, and I just started taking some of our T-shirts and tank tops and cutting them up and selling them one by one. Every single one is different. Every single one is handmade by me. And the first round sold out immediately. And we have one left, and then I just recently made the mugshot tee. But there will be more to come. We also have new stuff for the new singles that will be dropping. Also, I do handwritten lyrics, so you can order any of our songs. I will personally handwrite it out for you. They're all different. Like I said, I make them signed to every person, and so we try to get creative. And what I want to do also is, like I said, have our own clothing line, where things are designed, where I actually meet with a designer and have crop tops and bodysuits and stuff for women, and then the guys can do their thing, So I really want to expand it some more, but we have a pretty good thing going right now. But obviously, we're business people. We always like to get creative and try new things, and hopefully someday I'll have a perfume line, hair care line. I want to do it all.
Wow, that's cool. Now, I know recently you guys just were on tour in that. How did that go?
Yeah, the tour was awesome. We did, the Northwest. We did a bunch of Idaho dates, Washington, Colorado, states around there, Montana, Missouri, and we had a great time. We got to see so many people that we had seen before, and lots of new fans, and every date had a good amount of people there, and some got super rowdy, and it was so fun. And we're actually going out again in June to the East Coast, so we love to tour, obviously, so it's always a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. And, you mentioned you get to meet a lot of different people along the way. I guess let me ask you this question. Since you're unknown to a lot of people, how have people been, I guess, taking your music when they've heard it? What's their reaction when they hear City of the Week playing live?
People usually really like us. I mean, our live show is kind of like our selling point. Like a lot of people maybe have heard us on YouTube or heard of us, and or like they see the flyer, they're like, oh, cool, whatever, and they come, and usually they're like, oh, wow, like I'm totally sold. I love you guys. I'm sold on you. Like I don't even like this genre of music, and I really like you, which is really cool to see. I mean, obviously we do have people who really don't like us. We do have our haters. There's a journalist and I won't name, there's a city we've been playing a lot recently. There's a journalist there who very clearly does not like us and has been writing up articles about us playing and very obviously doesn't like us. And that's okay. Like, there's people that don't like us, and that's fine. But for the most part, surprisingly, people really, really receive us well. Even we did, like, in Spokane on the last tour, we did a show with mainly hip-hop acts, and everybody loved it. And so I don't know. I think it's cool to be in kind of a genre. We're like a kind of a poppy rock. It's cool to be in a genre that's kind of
Right.
universally liked.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, good music is good music, and I feel like our songs are really, really strong, and they're very catchy, and they're very relatable, and they're very real. And I think that's what people really like. We don't sugarcoat stuff. It's not overly, produced, or we don't sound exactly like a rip-off of another band. We just do us, and I think that people will always latch on when people are doing their own thing.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I didn't get a chance to see you when you were in St. Cloud, because I remember I had a chance to talk to you before you were coming to St. Cloud, but I went down to the Five Finger Death Punch Shinedown concert that was in La Crosse, 6 a.m., so it was that same weekend, unfortunately. So I didn't get a chance to see you, but so I'm excited to see you coming up on Saturday. So what do we expect, I guess, when it comes to a set list? I mean, I know you have your own music. Do you do some covers also when you're out doing your set list?
Oh, yes. And we actually, for this set, we have decided to throw in 3 covers. It's the 3 covers that we've been playing the whole first part of the year on our other tours. Because usually we pick a new cover for every tour or every, couple months. And we decided to do all 3 of them that we've been doing this year, as well as stuff from the new album that people haven't heard yet. So you guys will be some of the first people to hear it, as well as obviously our old favorites, some of our bigger singles and the new singles. So I think people will enjoy it. It'll be a blast, and we can't wait to see everybody.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, is your new single Ungrateful? Are we correct on that?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I got to ask you this question because I've seen the video, and it's on Lake Superior, and it wasn't in the summer. Was that a nightmare? Were you cold at all doing that video?
It was a nightmare. That's not even your 100. You nailed it. It was like -30. It was in January. It was horrible. I'm already a baby. I don't know why I moved to Minnesota in the first place. I could have moved anywhere in the United States. And I thought Minnesota would be, it's kind of in the middle of the U.S. It won't be that bad. Wrong. I was wrong. I could live in Arizona happily, 120 degrees, and I'd sweat, and I would love it. So it was horrible. But once we saw the footage back, it was like, okay, this is worth it. I got frostbite, and I'm probably going to die from it, but it's worth it.
Well, I tell you what, the video turned out really awesome, and I think I've heard some rave reviews on the video, and especially the song, too. And we'll put it on our Facebook page here so everybody knows when you guys play that song out at the West Side Bar coming up. I think the one thing I can say to you, Steph, is at least the last time I looked at the forecast, it said sunny and 70 degrees, so it won't be 30 below when you're playing outside.
That's good, because in Minnesota, you never know. I'm never surprised. So I'm glad it'll be nice out.
Absolutely. Hey, let's before we get going here, how do people find out more information about City of the Week, and especially if they're coming out to the West Side Bar this weekend, they want to maybe hear some of those songs before they actually hear them live. What can they find that stuff?
Yes, they can absolutely find us everywhere online. I always encourage people to go to our YouTube so they can see all of our videos. If you just type in City of the Week, WEAK, you can find our entire video anthology, our Vivo channel, our normal channel. You can also go to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on Spotify and iTunes if you want to purchase the album. Also Amazon, Google. I mean, literally, we're pretty easy to find. I'm the girl with the big blonde hair
and don't,
and the dreads.
exactly. And don't forget, if you're coming out to the West Side Bar, to make sure you pick up one of those T-shirts or CDs or any apparel that they have, because it's helping this band continue to do what they love, right?
Absolutely.
And you know what? Looking forward to coming up on Saturday night. I wish you safe travels up, and let's have some fun Saturday night and rock out, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me.
All right. Speaking of the City of the Week, if you haven't heard of the band yet, we're going to play one of their latest songs right now. Their latest song is called Ungrateful. Thanks so much. We'll see you on Saturday.
Thanks.
Once again, that is Stef with an F. Their latest song is called Ungrateful. You're hearing it right now. It's on The Dark. It's on FM 94.